right, I'm Andy Hatfield. I'm here with Mickey Abraham, and look what came in the mail. Mickey, this is it. This is Voices of Folk Opera. I remember when you guys started working on this, and I know a lot has happened, but this is it. Catherine Bell-Long and Mickey Abraham, and this is a beautiful, beautiful project that I think everybody needs to hear.
Mom and Daddy left some family land for passing down. My brothers and my sisters have all long left town.
There's a pretty little barn by the creek standing all alone.
We'll build a pretty little house on the farm that we'll call our home. Ain't no bad news coming around our door. Only working on how to love you more.
Yeah, that's a concept album that I wrote and recorded with Catherine, who, you know, my bandmate and girlfriend who passed away. We'll get a little bit into that. I'm just really hoping that, and I really appreciate you doing the video on the folk opera. I really want this to get out into the world, and the initial responses, Andy, have been incredible. Positive feedback would be one way of putting it, but people are emotionally connecting with the record. It's making them cry. They can't even make it through it. Got to stop and come back to it. People are really liking it, and that really makes me feel good. And I think that I think I've got something here, man. I think I've got something the whole time, but I really do think after this initial responses that this could go somewhere, bro.
I agree. I agree with it 100%. And I will say that Mickey gave me a rare opportunity to play a little bit of guitar on this, too. So I'm a very small part of this, but I'm very honored to be a part of it. Thank you for having me do that.
It's so cool because you're the only other acoustic guitar player on the whole album. And back when I asked you to do that was when we were hanging out a lot more in person and even like online back in those days. I think like 5 years ago. Yeah. And like so I was like, Andy, you got to play a tasty solo on this freaking album, and you did. And you probably found, now you had no idea where it would fit in with the whole storyline, but you probably found it. And
I remember when I first heard it, I didn't know what the story was. I could tell sort of what was happening, and you told me what you were going for. But let's go back here to the beginning, and what can you tell me? Who is Catherine?
My bandmate, and at the time, was my girlfriend when she got sick and passed away from brain cancer 3 years ago now. She was an award-winning songwriter, an Emmy-winning songwriter, and won some other songwriting awards here in Florida. And so we played in a band together, and then life took us to creating a folk opera together, and it was a concept album. A lot of stuff happened to get us to the point where we would decide to make a concept album together, but I think that what I've learned from doing a lot of interviews about this album, it's a lot of emotion going into it. I think that's where the story begins, is with me and Catherine creating a folk opera together.
Times get dark, I know that you will guide me. Mom and Dad, they just don't understand. If music can't make this crazy world better, then nothing can. I believe in voices in the night. I know that nothing lasts I believe in more. Though I know.
Us coming up with the idea is a great place to begin. She's a theater background, and I'm really into stuff like Jesus Christ Superstar and Pink Floyd, so I think it was a really natural project for us. It might seem kind of unusual. Why did we make a 2-hour concept album? But I think it's pretty normal. If you know Catherine and I, you'll know that it might even be more natural than playing a bunch of solos over a big mod or something like that.
There are songs, and many of the songs stand alone. One that really caught my attention it occurs a couple times in different forms, I think, is Little One, which is a beautiful song.
Thank you.
I think that, that song, if I heard it apart from this story, it's a wonderful song.
Little one, open up your eyes. Little one, there's no need to cry. Oh, I'll be watching over you tonight.
The best word I can describe for Catherine's voice, especially the story has some darkness in it. And Catherine's voice is like a constant just surge of optimism throughout this whole thing. And that's the way I hear her voice. Even when bad things are happening, her voice has like this, just a soaring optimism to it. Is that a fair
Yeah.
assessment of what I'm hearing?
Yeah, and there's also, we used her voice as a background. There's parts where her voice is being used as an instrument.
Okay.
And like the Oz at the beginning of the overture, and in the background it's kind of like these pads of chords that she's singing. It kind of shows up as a theme throughout the whole thing. Talking with you on this channel, we can get into the story, but it's really interesting to me how the layering of the parts works, because I think when people hear the album, I don't think it's that obvious that it's pieced together. And sometimes you can hear a bluegrass album and you can tell, oh, in Nashville they just laid down the bass to a click track, and then they laid down the mandolin chop, and then they punch this in, and then they punch this in, and you can kind of, it sounds like a little cookie cutter and on a grid. And I think that this album, even though I did create it one track at a time, one chord at a time, that it has depth and feeling, and it's not so obvious that it's pieced together and multi-tracked like that.
It really sounds to me like chamber music. It's like a bluegrass flavored chamber music. I mean, I know you from that style, so I know where you're coming from, but like everything works together is what I guess I mean. Like the music is supporting the story, but then there's parts of it that are just music or interludes or overtures or whatever like that are really woven together really beautifully.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man.
What did you make it all the way to the end? Mm-hmm. What do you make up? I know it's a lot to take in, but what did you glean from the story at all? Were you able to follow it? From an outside perspective.
I was able to follow the story, which I think is set in the modern times, but it is a story that we may have heard more in like a World War II generation. Obviously, there's a war fighting, and then there's, you call them the revolutionists.
Yeah.
Some kind of underground activity happening. Maybe our hero gets caught in the middle of that.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. She does. Her parents are fighting against the revolutionists, there's no really reason why. We don't know anything about like why the war is happening any necessarily, but there's two sides, and she doesn't really. She falls somewhere in the middle. For the beginning of the record, she's not even born yet. It's her parents. It's kind of a family story, and then there's a war. The dad goes home from war. Main character is born. Then there's some news broadcasts, and the news broadcasts, they foreshadow different events, and in this case they foreshadow that the revolutionists are coming after the military families, and so we kind of get the idea, well, the only people we know who are military is her family.
Right.
So then at the end of Act 1, they find her house and kill her parents.
Belle,
Belle, there are people at the door.
don't make a sound. Go now.
Here's the key to the car in the barn. Drive as far and as fast as you can.
Somehow her parents already knew that this day was coming, because they kind of know that, I guess, they're being hunted or something. A lot of the details kind of have to fill
The
in.
car is in the barn and the guitar is packed up.
Exactly. We don't know how or why they found the parents, but the parents kind of anticipated this day coming. Like you say, they gave her all the warning she needed, so she escapes. The parents die, and that's the end of Act 1. In Act 2, she meets the new people, and then the new people who she meets end up actually being the revolutionists. So now she's really caught between, she's like, these are kind of bad people, but they're fighting for what apparently looks like a good cause. And I think that...
But I would also say they're bad people, but singing a swing and jazz song.
Freedom! Oh, freedom! Girl, we ain't free. You ran away and had to leave your little town. Yeah, you had it bad. You're not the only one who lost everything they had. Girl, if you can't pick a side, you wanna know what's really sad? My baby brother will never know his mom and dad.
But Andy, but in real life, are they bad people? Yes, they killed her parents. But every story has two sides, so I think that an important part of the important part of the folk opera is, well, there's a few main themes, and one of them is that everything's a shade of gray.
Yeah.
And Catherine was very aware of this, and I think it's pretty obvious when you see that in real life, it's very easy to paint things into black or white, but when we really take a bird's eye view and have a little bit of intelligence about things, we know that I think life is more of shades of gray, and I think the main character is really caught in that for sure. Well, real stuff does happen, and life imitates art, and art imitates life. And in our fictional story, the main character does not make it to the end of the folk opera.
Yeah.
And Catherine did write all of these lyrics before she knew her own fate, before she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. So I think that's unfortunately a horribly tragic but yet realistic part of this whole story, is that this wasn't even supposed to be part of the story. It was supposed to be fictional. But now that I'm talking to you, that is the story.
Yeah.
Catherine basically premonitioned her own. We recorded our magnum opus.
Yeah.
It's the best music I've ever done. It's our project that was supposed to change our lives.
Yeah.
And she never saw the end of it. But at the same time, another theme that we kind of skipped over here is that our time on Earth is temporary.
Yeah.
But the art that we give the world definitely lives on after us.
We'll be there when the world is so much colder. We'll be there waiting on the other side.
And Catherine, I guess, kind of in some weird way, knew that. And so somehow that became a theme of the main. So the main character ends up getting caught. Because, of course, now that the people that she ended up becoming friends with killed her parents, the other side is coming after to find them. So they come after them and they arrest the boards arrest the revolutionists, but the revolutionists have actually escaped, and the only one left is her.
Yeah.
So they arrest her, and
So
she gets
she's-
framed.
She's the one that takes the heat.
Exactly. She gets blamed for killing her own parents. She gets sentenced to execution. And there's a character named the Guard. The Guard is the one that tries to save her. And his idea, is to slip her the guitar that belonged to her dad. He slips her the guitar and says, they might not be able to save your life at this point. They're probably going to kill you. But why don't you say your truth? Why don't you get to say what you want to say to the world? So he slips her the guitar. She sings a song, and that's the end of the folk opera. She sings a. The joke was before we named the song, when we had a storyboard for the album, the song was called "The Exceptionally Profound Song." That was because we would say that the main character had to sing something profound at the end. So as we were having the names before all the songs had names, we had a little note cards on the little storyboards, and that was the profound song.
And I'm guessing you may not have had the profound statement yet.
Yeah, it just said profound song, and it was one of the last songs that we wrote together. It ended up being called "Only Love Can Go," and it is pretty dang profound, bro.
One thing, it is called Voices, and
Oh man, I left out I left out so much. Like, who are the even voices? Jesus.
well, I want to talk about, because the singing on this album, I cannot imagine that there are this many unbelievable singers in Tallahassee, Florida, because the singing on this album could be Broadway.
Take a breath. There will come a time when all the world opens up her mind. So open up your wings and fly.
Who are some of the singers on this album?
Most of the people on that, if not all of them, are actually in my friend circle. I just happen to, I don't know if, maybe it works out that, like, I gravitate towards musicians my whole life. The same way that I'm friends with you, but we met each other because you're a badass flat picker, but you're also a cool-ass dude. I'm not sure it's like the chicken or the egg, but in this case, I'm certain that musicians are attracted to people because they're good musicians. They want to be in the circle of good musicians, and then they're like, that person's a freaking nice guy, and now we're friends, So I feel that way with everyone on that album, and they were musician friends that are in my world here in Tallahassee. 3 of them play in a band called the New 76ers. Avis, one of the best singers in Tallahassee, the paternal grandmother, she's like famous in Tallahassee, happens to be my friend, go figure. And Von Zell, the Guard, I met him through Avis. He's a great singer.
Open up your heart. Don't let the pain keep you in the dark. Open up your heart. Open up your heart. Open up.
Man, he kills it, man. Von Zell, because he's also like an actor. So some of them, Catherine had to like get the acting skills out of them and get them in character. And you can tell the performances that we got out of these singers they're feeling those parts, man. Like they when the grandmother's singing, like it's tear evoking. I mean, like there's moments in there that I listen to it still, and I'm just like,
Don't you fuss. Put your tiny hand in mine. I'll go with you when the road starts to wind. Oh, I'll be watching over
can't imagine listening to it for the first time and hearing some of these parts and not knowing what to expect on there. Like it blows my mind, man. I'm very proud of this album in many ways. And yeah, those singers freaking slayed it.
And you should be. It's really, really good. One voice that I was not expecting to hear, Mickey, but that I did hear was yours. And so I have a question for you is, what is the risk of spontaneous human combustion?
What is the riff?
The risk?
Oh, I thought you said the risk. I thought you said, what's the riff?
No,
I was
the
going to be like,
risk.
no, it goes like this.
So yeah, so there's a scene. You know, a lot of it is kind of a dark story, as the character is going through this story, and somehow she ends up at an open mic, and Mickey sings a song called
You're one of the few people that picked out it was me immediately, bro.
"Spontaneous Human Combustion," and I think the lesson is that it happens fast.
Yeah, man. Dude,
Yes.
you should have imagined how funny Catherine and I thought it was as we were like messing around. I think we, maybe joked about spontaneous human combustion at times because, like, we all have. Maybe people in this generation don't even know that was a thing that we joked about when we were kids.
Right.
Do today's kids even know that was like a thing when we were like in elementary school and they'd like talk about people spontaneously combust?
Well, what got me about it too was the open mic, because I've done plenty of open mics.
Yeah, I'm glad you followed that scene. It's the comic relief, and we worked really hard at making it sound. We wanted to have it be funny and have it tell the story, and it was, man, like, you don't see many projects like this that are 2 hours long and tell a story in an artistic completion like of this nature. I think especially today's age where everything is instant gratification.
That's right. It is something that, in fact, I avoided listening to it for a few days because I was like, oh, it's going to be really long. But it's something, from a previous generation, kind of where it's like, you're going to settle into this and you're really going to enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, once you settle into it and your body slows down and you're just like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember listening to, something of, like you said, quality.
Yeah, man. Voices of folk opera. It exists. It's taken long enough.
Well, it does, though. It
Dude,
does.
look at that. Tell me that artwork is not epic.
Catherine here in the guitar.
Yeah, man. That looks
It
amazing.
looks amazing.
It looks amazing.
This is where, when I was a kid and I would pull out my parents' record collection and look at these records and wonder who my parents were that they would have these records. Like, what does this In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida mean? What?
Hey, if folks have made it this far into the video, I should let you know that if you get the vinyl, which I hope that you get, I'm really banking on that some of you guys will take a listen to this album. You'll get a digital version. So if you're thinking I don't have a record player, all of the vinyls come included, all 38 tracks, with the digital version with PDF artwork.
Okay, and there's 3 records in here.
3, it's literally a triple vinyl.
Triple vinyl.
It's 2 acts long, like artistically, and I don't know if people know about vinyls, but you kind of have to put about 20 minutes-ish on a side. That's pretty much all you can get before you start losing quality, 22 minutes, 23 minutes maybe. So with a 2-hour folk opera, we ended up having about 20 minutes per side, so it takes about 3 sides of vinyl to tell Act 1, and then the other 3 sides to tell Act 2. And then
That's
you flip
awesome.
it, yeah. It's intense, bro.
That's awesome. And I'm one without a record player yet. But I've heard from a good friend who has it already, and he loves the sound quality, and he gets it. He gets the record.
Yeah, I mean,
side of it.
we can say Dan Watkins. He's been on your channel before.
Danny Watkins, he's got every record that's ever been made, and now he has this one. And he's got a good set of years on him, and he wouldn't lie to me.
I mean, even though, because I don't have a record player in my apartment, but I just needed a physical product. The music that we put into this, it deserves something to hold in your hand, and I don't think that CDs was the way to go. And I feel like vinyl is it's coming back for a reason, and I think a lot of people buy vinyls even if they don't have a record player if they really love the music and love the artwork and support the artist, kind of the same reason you have Dog. Isn't that vinyl behind you?
That's it. I got
Yeah.
the OG David Grisman here. These are a couple that I've kept, even though I'm not going to listen
Yeah.
to them. Yeah, you know,
It's,
or I could get them on Spotify or whatever, which I don't actually use.
I feel like it's a souvenir.
Where
So if-
can you listen to this other than buying where can you get a digital copy of it if you want to?
Right now, the only place that I'm selling it is on that website called Bandcamp. It's actually a great... Have you ever messed with Bandcamp?
I have, and I have the app on my phone, and I've got Voices of Folk Opera downloaded on it. And
It's quite an intense app. It has a kind of a name that you're wondering, what is Bandcamp? But like, there's some serious artists that sell
Yes.
millions of copies of, Grammy award-winning, million-selling record artists that are on there because it's very independent.
well, it's really, really great. So check it out on Bandcamp or get the vinyl. Where can we get the vinyl? We'll post a link in the description. Mickey, thank you so much for meeting.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for
today.
helping me get the word out, bro.
I'm pumped for you because if you've never done anything like this, to bring something from an idea, a lot of times it stops right there. It's by the time you've gotten home from Steak and Shake, the idea's done. But to bring it to here and to do it and to write it and all the prep, if you've never done anything like that, to see a work of this magnitude and think about everything that had to go into that. When you look at a movie or something like that, and there's 400 or 500 people on the script of that movie. When you look at this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people involved.
It took a village.
It's a lot of work.
You're right. It took a village, and anyone can on one night while they're having a beer be like, "We should write a concept album.
Right.
Wouldn't that be cool? And have reoccurring musical themes, and then we'll
Right.
get all our friends to sing on it, and then we'll print out a triple vinyl with really cool artwork like The Wall or something. Man, we should do that, man.
Yeah.
That's easy.
That's easy.
But to
Yeah.
come through, and then, dude, to finish it after Catherine died,
Yeah, I cannot even imagine.
I'm doing it now, and I still cannot imagine what I'm doing with this thing. And also, all the work and years I put into it, Andy, this is still just the beginning, because now doing the video with you, I have to now get it out in the world. And the people that hear it, everyone who hears it, they all say the world deserves to hear this. This is good. And I really do think that just by the nature of the kind of compliments I'm getting on this man, they're not saying it because they think I'm a nice guy and they're my friend. That's
Right.
not the kind of compliments I'm getting. It's like, dude, I was not expecting this. Like, I know, Mickey, we think you're a good guy and a good musician. I wasn't ready for this.
Last view of home was in the rearview mirror, falling tears on the steering wheel to keep me driving on. Further down the road I can't see any clearer. Thought I'd be a little better once I'd driven through the dawn. My voices left me all alone to suffer silently insane. Now I'm trying to start a fire in the rain. Oh, oh, oh.
The music is beautiful, the singing is stunning, and the story is very, very good. And so just really congratulations on putting this together. And of course, so sorry for Catherine's loss a few years ago, but also very glad that this legacy lives on. So
Couldn't agree
Love you,
more,
man.
Andy.
Thank you.
Love you too, Andy. Thanks, brother. We'll speak soon, man.
All right, man, you take it easy.
Do you hear me crying out tonight? Will I ever be the same? It's so hard to start a fire in the rain. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You are never alone. You don't have to be afraid. We'll stand beside you every step you take.